Everyone, welcome back to Alza Boys. I'm going to do my best to go over and give a brief analysis and recommendation on the banner, if I think it's worth pulling, how good I think it is, and I'll be walking through each of the characters as well. Let's jump right into it. So the first character I want to talk about, probably the one everyone's least interested in, is actually going to be Sucrose. So Sucrose is actually an amazing unit. I have her leveled up as a support. And I just want to briefly talk. I'm not going to go into depth on how to use Sucrose and the team comps. There's plenty of YouTubers who have done really in-depth guides. She can be a top tier support. But what I do want to talk about is her constellation. So if you don't have Sucrose already, or if you do and you don't have her at C6, if you don't have Kazuha, or even if you have Kazuha or Venti, but you don't have both, Sucrose is definitely a unit you probably want to invest in for teams that can use an EM bot. I'm going to briefly talk about is which of her constellations are really worth going after, especially if you're close. Her first one's actually really great. Her C1's amazing. It basically just gives you another charge on her E ability, so you just get 2 charges. Let's talk about the C6 for a moment. If you use her E ability or her Q ability, and if you're on mobile, just either of the 2 abilities, and you absorb a certain element, you'll get a 20% increase in elemental damage bonus for that element you've absorbed, which is really good, especially on team comps where you have a main DPS like Diluc, like Hu Tao, even like Ganyu. If you can absorb the element and then attack right after with it, you'll see a 20% increase in damage. The next character I want to talk about is actually going to be Zhang Ling. So Zhang Ling is really good. I don't actually have a C6 Zhang Ling, and it's one of the reasons why I'm really excited she's on the banner. Her C4, which is going to be increasing the duration of her Pyronado by 40%, which is huge because that's basically where the bulk of your damage comes in. And then the other one is C6, which I'm going to be going for, which for the duration of her Pyronado, all party members receive a 15% pyro damage bonus. So C4 with the increased duration, and then C6. And if you're running a main DPS like Hu Tao or Diluc, or if you're just using Zhang Ling as a DPS, you're getting a ton of extra damage. I want to talk a little bit about Sarah. So obviously I don't have her, but I was watching some videos and reading up about her kit. Her kit seems absolutely broken. A lot of people are comparing her to Bennett. She enables your team to have an increased damage based off of her base attack for a duration of time after using her, I think her E ability. I haven't done an in-depth analysis, and a lot of YouTubers probably will, but I've been hearing really great things about her. And in my opinion, she's a new unit. She looks cool. She looks fun to use. And she's going to pair really well with characters like Bao, like Fischl, like Beidou. I even think she'll pair really well with just other teams where she can enable an increase in damage. Alright, so that just about sums up the analysis I want to do, at least on the 4 stars. So in summary, Zhang Ling, top tier support, one of the best characters in the game as well for DPS. Some people think she's probably one of the best characters in the game. And I'm going to be pulling for her C6. Sucrose, a good character overall. She isn't the best character in the game, but she's definitely worth having, especially if you don't have her already. I have her C6, but if you don't, she's also a great character to have. And then Sarakujo, honestly, the hype for her is insane. A lot of people are comparing her to Bennett, which is pretty crazy because Bennett's been basically the best, character / support in the game since Genshin came out. So exciting that there's some competition. And then, Bao is, it's crazy I'm spending so much time talking about the supports, but I think that just goes to show how good this banner really is. The fact that the supports themselves are worth pulling on, and on top of that you have the chance of getting the Electro Archon, which some people are saying is going to be really, really good. I try not to look at too many leaks, so I'm not sure just how good she's going to be, but she looks cool. And if we take a look at Venti and Zhongli, the Archons in this game are just amazing. So that about sums it up. If you're not sure if you want to pull, wait a couple of days and see what YouTubers and other content creators are saying, and they'll break it down and show you how to build each of the characters that are new. And if you like this video, please consider subscribing. I just recently started this YouTube channel. I plan on covering a lot of Inazuma, content on Alloy, on Sarakujo, on Ball. And yeah, if you liked the video, please give it a like, and if you enjoyed it also, please consider subscribing and leave a comment if you want to see something else, or if you have any other ideas. All right, thanks.